Today we're going to be looking at how to avoid burnout according to Star Wars. The Star Wars universe is filled with so many different life lessons that not can only be applied to life, but also to collecting. But before we get into that, I want to make sure to let everyone know that if you have not done so already, give us a presumptive like on this video. I promise you it's going to be entertaining, as well as if you've not yet subscribed, as we talked about in our last video, 80% of the people who watch these do not subscribe. So press pause right now. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and I would be so thankful for you to do so. Because as I've said, we are on a quest to 2,021 subscribers. We're getting close to 1,100, which is fantastic. That means we have just about 1,000 to go to get to our goal. So without further ado, let's get into this topic today of how to avoid burnout according to Star Wars. One of the things that hurts me the most is when I hear a collector say, I'm leaving the game, or I'm giving up collecting. Now, this can happen for a number of reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is because of something called burnout. So I do not want to leave you a charred remain on the collecting floor, so let's get into this, starting with number one, pacing yourself.
Something's happening. I'm not the Jedi I should be. I want more. And I know I shouldn't.
There's an old saying in the Hot Toys community that no one ever truly just collects one. And I can definitely attest to that. My first figure was a Deadpool from Rick's Comic City, and then 150 6-scale figures later, I can attest to the fact that you never do collect one. But let's start with this. Always pace yourself with another little tip from Yoda.
Control, you must learn control.
That's right, control, you must learn control. And that is so important to avoiding burnout in the collecting world. Sometimes we have a tendency to go all in, and that necessarily may not be the best move for some people. And we'll talk about one of these other points in just a moment, but always pace yourself. You don't have to collect every piece of the line right out the gate. Doing so can add unnecessary stress, unnecessary joy being taken out of your collecting, and ultimately lead you in a world of financial hurt. To go along with pace yourself, number two is to collect figures, not debt.
General, I gotta leave. I can't stay anymore.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, there's a price on my head. If I don't pay off Jabba the Hutt, I'm a dead man.
A death mark's not an easy thing to live with. You're a good fighter, Solo. I hate to lose you.
As General Riken said, a death mark is not an easy thing to live with, and neither is debt. Collecting should be fun. It should be part of your life that is on the periphery of things that you have to do. You should not have to worry about every single paycheck paying off your debt because of poor choices that you had made.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
It's not just a life lesson for finance, but also an important life lesson for collecting, and that is just to stay in your budget.
Well, Calrissian, did he survive?
Yes, he's alive. And in perfect hibernation.
There is not a single line of figures anywhere that is worth being encased in the carbonite block of debt.
I know.
One quick way to stay out of debt and to pace yourself is number three, don't follow the hype.
Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him?
Yes, there are YouTubers out there and different people on the internet that it is their job to get you hyped to buy these products. But the thing is, don't always give in to them. I've had to learn this lesson as well, but just because a hype beast tells you that you need this figure doesn't necessarily mean that you need this figure.
Hold on. This whole operation was your idea.
It is perfectly normal to get sucked into the hype of a new release, a new line, a new set of figures, but don't get caught up in the fact when someone says, this figure is an absolute must-have, because as I said before, it is their job to tell you that. Make sure to not give in to the pressure, and that leads us to number four, collect what you like. I've said it on multiple videos before, but there should not be a single piece in your collection that you take a step back and say, why do I have this? If that be the case, you are not collecting, you are accumulating.
Always remember, your focus determines your reality.
As Qui-Gon said, always remember your focus determines your reality. And that should be your focus, is to find out what it is that you're focusing on. Do you collect Marvel? Do you collect DC? Do you collect Star Wars? Do you collect other lines? What is your focus, and stick to it. And finally, the last thing I will share with you, if you're starting to feel that burnout, if you're starting to feel like your collection is not worth something that you want to pursue, take a step back and reanalyze.
Keep your concentration here and now where it belongs.
That's right. Be mindful. Keep your concentration on the here and now. Don't be worrying about the future. Don't be worrying about the past. Focus on why you collect and what got you into it in the first place. Take a step away and see if you actually miss collecting. If you don't, then maybe it is something you need to walk away from. But if you do miss it, if you do miss the thrill of the hunt, if you do miss being able to add a new figure to your collection, if you miss your displays, all those different things, and you're starting to get that fire and that itch to go again, then maybe this may be the next line for you.
Your Majesty, this way!
There he is. He's still alive.
Yes, I hope through all of this you are alive and that you are well. Make sure to listen to these things that we've said today and think about it. Make sure to pace yourself. Stay in your budget. Focus on the here and now. Don't follow the hype, and take some time away to analyze why you collect what you collect. Well, that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for making it all the way through this video. Let me know down in the comments below if you have ever experienced burnout and what are some things that you did to get out of it. As I said, if you've not done so already, go ahead and hit me with that like. Go ahead and subscribe if you've not done so, and we will see you in our next video.